Hi, this is Diane Edmond, and welcome to General Psychology. Hopefully this short video will be able to give you an overview of how to be successful in this course. You'll notice that when you sign into the course, you'll usually be brought to the news page. The news page has short announcements about things that are going on in the class, if there's any changes, if there's any glitchings of the website, if there's any changes of due dates, all those kinds of things will be listed in the news section. Always check there first to make sure that you're up to date on anything that's going on in the course. The next most important part of the course is the content section. Now, typically, when you sign in, you will not see Learning Module 1 and Learning Module 2 yet. And the reason that is that there is a requirement that you complete the orientation module in order for you to actually get accomplished the ability to see Learning Module 1 and Learning Module 2. So you'll notice that when you go through this, you're going to need to do the orientation video. You're going to have to click on the syllabus. You're going to have to click on the introductions, click on the bonus quiz, and the orientation checklist. And you'll notice that the checklist will need to be completed in entirety in order for you to get to the next step, which is to look at the next learning module chapter. You'll notice in each learning module that each of them will be set up in the following manner. They're going to have a section at the top that tells you when everything in that learning module is due. There's going to be a brief description of what the learning module will be about. That's somewhat important because you'll notice that there are going to be some assignments that there's going to be some chapters that we're totally missing. And so if we go from chapter 3 to chapter 5 and you read chapter 4 anyway, you're wasting a lot of your energy. There are some chapters that we're not required to hit in the class. You'll also notice that there's a section that's called Information to Help Your Learning, which might have PowerPoint presentations, videos, sometimes documents that I want you to see, YouTube videos, all those kinds of things. And then there will be actually sections that are required. You'll notice that if you read through the syllabus really closely, in the learning modules, there's a quiz each time, and the quizzes follow the mastery testing method. Most of you have probably never had the mastery testing method, so I think you might want to review that part in the syllabus really clearly, because the mastery testing method is that the major point of the assignment is for you to master the material, which means if you bomb the quiz, you didn't master the material, and we're not going to count that grade. Now you get 4 chances to get the grade above a 16 out of 20, which is an 80%. But if you bomb the first one, you take it again. You bomb the second one, you take it again. You need to get to the point where you get at least a 16 out of 20. Now, if you do a really good job and study really well before you take the quiz the first time, you're going to do well the first time and you won't have to take it again. But if you get a 16 out of 20 or higher, you're going to get whatever grade you earned. And if you get a lower than 16, I'm going to give you a 0, because the point is getting to master the material. So make sure you do that. You're also going to discover that most learning modules have a discussion forum. The discussion forums are meant to be that, a discussion. So you're going to post something up that is your original post, and you're also going to respond to 2 other students' posts. You can respond to more than that, but in order for you to get the full amount of your grade, you need to respond to at least 2. Now, lots of classes you may have taken in the past will have discussion forums that are essentially that you are asked to look up something in the book, give that information. I typically do not have discussion forums like that because A, they bore you to tears, B, they bore me to tears grading them. So we don't really try to do things like that. What I do instead is I tend to pick topics that might be in the news, that tend to be things that are controversial about the topic, something that might make you have to dig your teeth into it a little bit. But chances are you're not going to be able to just look in the book, regurgitate what's in the book, and give me that information. I want you to have a discussion about something that's meaningful. Often there are times that the subject matter might have an opinion associated with it. I don't mind you using your opinion as long as you back it up with facts. I also don't care if you don't agree with other people in the class. I do expect for you to be respectful of each other's mindset and to back up whatever you say. If you end up giving some kind of information and it's not backed up in any type of research, I probably will ding you for that. If you use any type of research that's actually supposed to be, that you want to cite in any way, make sure you use an APA formatted citation in whatever your research is that you're using to connect to that. Some things will need more research than others. You'll notice that you also can access some of these things like discussion forums, the syllabus, Dropbox, quizzes, all these at the top. While you can do that, I would recommend you not go that format. I would rather you go through the learning modules step by step. If you go through the learning modules step by step, you will never miss anything. And that is more important than you bopping around here on the top and probably not finding what you're looking for. The grades section is probably one of the exceptions that's at the top. The grades will be able to keep you updated. If you click on the grade, it'll give you whatever feedback I gave you. Sometimes I'll give you more feedback than others. Email would allow you to email me or other people in the class. Please be aware that if you email me, even though you think that it comes through as what class you're in, it does not. So make sure you put in there what class you're in, specifically what section. I teach four sections of psychology most semesters, and I am, while I'm recording it, I am this semester. So if you don't end up telling me which course you're in, I'm just going to bounce it back to you and say, what course are you in? So please make sure you do that. The other thing at the top here is the library guide. The library guide is something that's set up by our librarian, Corinne Seister. She is awesome when it comes to helping with things at the library, and she can be reached via phone and email. And she also has set up this really good library guide that goes over a lot of things that are really helpful for this class. Later in the semester, we're going to have an annotated bibliography. The library guide really helps you along in that process. She tells you how to do some of your research. There's also an American Psychological Association guide. That's helpful as far as doing your citations in any of your discussions. So hopefully that will be clear for you and you'll be able to get going in this class. But mostly I want you to be successful. So if you look at this video and you follow these guidelines, you should be off to a good start.